Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor P. Bhaskar Reddy, Department of Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, the Principal Investigator of the course Indian Culture and Coordinator for the paper Museology. In this module, you are going to learn about National Museum, Delhi, Rashtriya Sangrahalaya, Nai Delhi, one of the biggest museum and pride of our nation. By the end of this module, you will be able to learn about the history of the National Museum, its mission and vision, the museum collection, exhibition and galleries, museum educational activities, its public relations, publications, conservation, and how the museum occupies an important place in the glory of India and how it promotes the tourism we can learn in this module. Let us start with the discussion on the history of the museum. The National Museum is situated in the corner of Janapad, Maulana Azad Road of New Delhi. The museum has an interesting beginning. The blueprint was prepared by the Maurice Geyer Committee in May 1946, before independence. An exhibition of Indian art consisting of selected artifacts from various museums of India was organized by the Royal Academy, London, with the cooperation of Government of India and Britain. The exhibition went on display in the galleries of Burlington House, London, in the year 1947 and 48. Later, it was decided to display the same collection in Delhi before the return of exhibits to their respective museums. An exhibition was organized in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, New Delhi in 1949. This event proved responsible for the creation of National Museum. The museum, formally inaugurated by Sri Rajagopalachari, the then Governor General of India, on the auspicious occasion of 15th August 1949. The foundation stone of the present building was laid by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 12th May 1955. The first phase of the National Building was inaugurated by Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan in 1960. The second phase of the building was completed in the year 1989. The National Museum was initially looked after by the Director General of Archaeology until 1957. At present, the museum is under the administrative control of the Minister of Culture, Government of India. Have a look at Rashtrapati Bhavan, New Delhi, where primarily the museum was started in the year 1949. And also have a look at the beautiful and majestic building of the National Museum located in Janapad, New Delhi. The National Museum started with vision and mission to collect art objects of historical, cultural and artistic significance for the purpose to display, protection, preservation and interpretation, to disseminate knowledge about the significance of the objects in respect of history, to serve as cultural center for enjoyment and interaction of the people in artistic and cultural activity, to serve as epitome of national identity. So far, we discussed about the history of the National Museum, how it was started, and later on this museum became one of the important and pride museum of India with a collection of several objects of both national and international importance. The museum has in its possession about 2 lakh works of exquisite art of diverse nature, both Indian and foreign. Its holdings cover a time span of more than 5,000 years of our cultural heritage. The art exhibitions sent abroad from this museum have further enhanced the image of Indian art and culture throughout the world. The splendid chronological and scientific display of select art objects in various galleries have enhanced the image of the museum. Have a look at the arrangement of museum galleries in ground floor, first floor and second floor. The National Museum Delhi has 38 galleries devoted to multiple themes. They are prehistory and archaeology, archaeology, anthropology, arms and armor, Central Asian antiquities, decorative arts, jewelry, manuscripts, numismatics and epigraphy, paintings and pre-Columbian and Western art objects. Now we can look into the different themes of the gallery and unique objects that were displayed in each galleries to understand the pride of our nation and also its unique collections. The first is prehistory and archaeological gallery. The prehistoric objects are on display in the first gallery in the ground floor. The stone tools belonging to the lower Paleolithic period to Neolithic age are displayed in this section. The copper hoard weapons covering a period from 2500 before Christian era to 1500 Christian era are in display. In this gallery, the rarest artifacts from Indus Valley sites are also in display. Have a look at the prehistory and archaeological gallery, which houses the artifacts covering from prehistory to Indus Valley civilization. These are some of the objects are on display. The terracotta figure of Mother Goddess, the dancing girl, climbing monkey are the important objects. Regarding the archaeological objects, in these galleries, 9,000 sculptural art objects of India representing all major regions, schools and periods are on display. The collection includes sculptures carved in stone, bronze, gold, silver, bone, ivory, terracotta and stucco figures from 3rd century BCE to 19th century. The world famous and the monumental image of Surya from the Sun Temple, Konark, greets the visitors in this gallery. Have a look at the gallery and the objects housed in that. Have a look at the objects which were displayed in the archaeological gallery. The head of Buddha from Saranath, the Nataraja of the Chola period, river goddess Ganga collected from Hahichatra. It is a terracotta sculpture. These are some of the beautiful objects displayed in the archaeological gallery. Now we may move to another gallery dealing with anthropological aspects, which its collection includes various traditions of tribal culture covering from ancient to present day. The anthropological collection of the museum includes nearly 10,000 rare objects of ethnographic interest acquired through gifts from various states, exploratory expeditions in tribal belts and rural areas, and through purchases from private collectors. Have a look at the gallery and beautiful collections which are on display. Among the anthropological collections, the important objects are the eye decoration object from Manipur region, which was made of grass, feather, wool and bark, the lord of soil from Himachal Pradesh, comb of Bastar region, which was made with wooden alloy. Now we may move to another gallery, Arms and Armour. The Arms and Armour gallery have a fine collection of Indian weapons ranging from the prehistoric period to 19th century Christian era. The collections include edged weapons, projectiles, smashing weapons, armor for men and animals, ornamental and ritual weapons, firearms and war accessories. Have a look at the gallery and the objects of arm and armor displayed in various table showcases. Among them, have a look at the beautiful waist armor of Aurangzeb, the back armor used in the ancient times, inscribed sword of Tipu Sultan, shield of Maharana Sangram Singh II. These are some of the important collections of the armor and arms gallery of the National Museum, which exhibits various war materials from prehistoric to modern period. Now we may move to another gallery dealing with the Central Asian antiquities. The collection of Central Asian antiquities with more than 12,000 objects from Xinjiang region of Chinese Turkestan, discovered by Sir Arul Stein. The most precious and rare collections of Central Asian antiquities are housed in this gallery. The objects displayed in this gallery were discovered mainly from the oases along the ancient trade route, popularly known as Southern and Northern Silk Roads. Have a look at the gallery and the objects on display. Among the objects which were on display, have a look at the illustrated manuscript Pajna Paramita Hrudaya Shastra, seated Buddha with Avalokiteswara, are the collections of that gallery. The Indian Museum have a rich collection of several manuscripts. Besides the objects of art, culture and archaeology, the National Museum have a good collection of manuscripts, and this National Museum has acquired about 14,000 manuscripts in various languages, scripts covering a large number of subjects. The material is valuable for the reconstruction of history and covers a long period, more than 1,000 years. Many of the manuscripts in the collection are not only rare but often bear royal seals with the signatures of different emperors, authentic their originality. Have a look at some of the collections of the manuscripts of the National Museum. Jain Kalpasutra, Rasamanjari, a bouquet of delights, folio with calligraphy, ornamented border, Babar supervising construction of reservoir at Istanbul near Kabul, Balabodhini are some of the collections of this gallery. Now we may move to another gallery, Numismatics and Epigraphy. The Numismatics and Epigraphy gallery have a remarkable for its variety, rarity and antiquity. It comprises of more than 1 lakh coins covering from 6th century BCE to 20th century Christian era up to modern period. The Farooq, Jalan, Nagu, Vyas, Deshikachari collections have contributed to making this one of the richest collections of India. Have a look at some of the coins of the ancient and modern periods which were in the collection of National Museum. Another important section of this National Museum is paintings galleries. The museum has 17,000 paintings representing all major styles of Indian miniatures. Among the miniature paintings, the main schools are the Deccani, that is a school from the south, Mughal, spanning central and northern India, Rajasthan, western from West India, Pahari from the hills of the north. Have a look at the beautiful painting objects which were displayed in the paintings galleries. Among the beautiful painting collections of this museum, the Krishna celebrating Holi is the important one, and the other disguised Akbar with Tansen visit Swami Haridas is the another unique one. A portrait of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan is the another one. Have a look at the other paintings housed in the gallery. Rama Darbar, Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha and Kartikeya and their mounts, Mother Mary and Child Christ. These are some of the beautiful collections of the museum dealing with painting. So far we have seen the galleries and the objects of Indian collection which are on display. Now we may move to the objects of other nation. Among the collections of other nations, the Pre-Columbian and Western Art gallery is the important one. This Pre-Columbian and Western Art gallery, it is a rare and unique collection and perhaps the only one of its kind in India. The collection donated by Hira Manik represents the principal cultures of the pre-Columbian world. Have a look at the gallery and also the objects of pre-Columbian and Western art which are on display. There are pieces of art from Mexico, Peru, Argentina, Costa Rica, Nicaragua and other regions of South America. The Olmec culture from Mexico is characterized by huge stone sculptures representing human heads as well as small sculptures in jade and other stones. Among the beautiful collections of human heads, see the human head of Mexico, portrait head jar, human figure, a large jar with a human figure. So far, we have seen the beautiful collections of the National Museum dealing with the art and archaeological objects of nation and international importance. Besides collection and exhibition of various objects, the museum also promoting educational activity through various programs. The educational activities and services of the museum include free guiding, screening of films on art and culture, weekly gallery talks, guidance to the school students, organizing seminars, workshops and symposiums for the scholars, special guide tours, illustrated lectures of prominent scholars, programs for the handicapped children, summer course for the school children, which inculcating the rich cultural heritage of the country. The museum also maintaining a good public relations. The public relations include providing general information about the museum, correspondence with the other institutions, educational institutions, scholars, training programs, permission for photography, looking after the visits of VIPs and guests, distribution of newsletters, sale of journals, replicas of masterpieces, cast in fiberglass, picture postcards, calendars, colored slides, and other related activities to popularize its glory and grandeur among the visitors. The museum also undertakes several publications to popularize its educational programs and research activities. The National Museum is bringing out several publications for children, for common visitors, and for the scholars interested in the study of art, architecture, painting, sculptures, history, religion, and culture. The publication unit also rolls out the quarterly newsletters, a research journal, research publications, guidebooks, gallery sheets, brochures, catalogs, and monographs. Many of the publications of this museum are comparable to the best art books published anywhere in the world. Thus, the museum, besides the collection, exhibition, preservation, it also promotes the educational and research activity for the scholar world. Have a look at the publications of the National Museum. Among the activities and functions of the museum, conservation is important wing, which the National Museum have a good conservation lab to protect and preserve the art objects for future generations. It is one of the best laboratories equipped with various sophisticated appliances in the field of conservation and restoration of art objects, keeping the vast and varied collection in good state of preservation as per the international standards. It also serving the other institutions, particularly Raj Bhavan and other public agencies, in identification, examination, and restoration of oil paintings and other artworks. The laboratory has organized a number of seminars, workshops, training programs for the students, curators, and conservators. Have a look at the conservation activity carried in the National Museum. So far we completed our discussion on the National Museum with its history, vision, its collection, exhibition, and multiple themes like prehistory, archaeology, anthropology, arms and armor, centralization activities, decorative arts, manuscripts, numismatics, epigraphy, and several others. Besides that, the museum also promoting educational and research activities through public relations, conducting seminars, and publishing various publications, and it occupies an important place in promoting, preserving, and cultural heritage of India. So far we have seen several galleries and the objects which were on display of national and international importance. The museum has in its collection about 2 lakh antiquities. The National Museum is keeping up its reputation with its rich repositories of rare relics and is filling the needs of the modern society. The museum is discharging 3 major functions: cultivation of awareness, dissemination of information, and bringing a desirable change in the society through its manifold, invaluable collection and preservation of artifacts. It imparting training in museum methods, restoration and preservation of the vast cultural property of not only India but also of several other countries. The National Museum has established links with many other academic institutions in India and abroad. This museum is discharging its noble role of an institution for preserving national heritage, contributing to the growth of national consciousness in Indian subcontinent. The National Museum has been declared as a Government of India, as a deemed university, and it is imparting teaching to MA conservation and research programs. With this lecture, I hope you may understand the history of the National Museum, its mission, its collections, exhibition, and its contribution to the educational and research programs. It is not only merely a museum of collection and exhibition, it contributes for the promotion and preservation of Indian heritage and culture. Thus, it occupies an important place in the museums of India, and it is one of the pride museums. Thank you.